this time I'll go ahead and turn it over to Coach.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'm really honored to be the University of Alabama men's basketball coach, especially on a day like today where we're paying tribute and celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We all understand the sacrifices that he made and fought for civil rights for all people, and just the positive impact that he had on our nation. So on a day like today, while we're trying to solve some Alabama basketball problems, I'm really honored, and all of our players are honored to be a part of this university and be a part of this team, especially on a day like today. As it relates to our team in our last game after we completed our post-game evaluation, just had too many wasted possessions, especially in the first half. We missed some layups. Defense had a really, really low rating in the first half. We turned it around in the second half, made some shots, finished some plays, had better, longer possessions on defense, and finished it with rebounding and fast breaks. And so it's just another tale of two halves, which has been basically how we've played, especially here in SEC play. So we're still searching for a higher level of commitment on a consistent basis on both ends of the floor. We just need to dig a little deeper, be more disciplined, and just have more consistent basketball for longer stretches in the game. So now we'll take questions for Kyra.
All right, just raise your hand. We'll bring a microphone over to you. Let's start with Alex here on the right.
Kyra, if you can just kind of, how would you describe your first season so far here at Alabama? Just what would you say about what you've already accomplished here?
I'd say the first season has been great so far. Just some hard bumps along the road. The guys welcomed me in the first few days, first few weeks that I was here, so I feel like it's going to get better. So I feel like the season just been great so far.
And you've had to, at times, be, kind of the quote-unquote #1 option, as far as scoring goes. How do you feel like you've handled that and kind of taking that on at 17?
When you got teammates like I do and coaches like I do at practice, they just give me high praise every day, and they stick with me through the ups and downs, so it's just easy to go out there and play.
All right, we'll go right in the middle here with Michael. Got Mike. Coming to you.
Where have you seen your confidence go since you got here?
Sir?
Your confidence, how has that improved, or where's that gone?
It's improved dramatically. I remember when I first got here, I didn't know what to expect, the level of competition, the physicality, but like I said, as time went on, I just got more comfortable and comfortable.
Okay. Other questions for Kyra? We'll go back over to the right here.
In the last couple, really, in SEC play, you've had some opportunities to potentially put a game away, whether it's at the free throw line or making a shot to win the game in this last one. Just how have you handled those moments? And I understand it was not making the first end of the free throw against, I guess, a week ago. That was kind of hard on you. How have you kind of bounced back from that?
After the game, Texas A&M, a couple of guys texted me, just told me to keep my head up. We have a long SEC season upon us, so I just kept coming in, kept working, and trying to get better for our team.
Okay, we got a question up front here with Charlie.
You just mentioned the physicality when you first got here. Was that the biggest adjustment for you, or maybe was it something else?
I would say that and just getting another terminology that college people use, but mostly physicality.
Let's go right here, Tony.
Kyra, when did it start clicking for you? When did you really start feeling comfortable this season in terms of just kind of getting used to the next level?
I would say probably going into about our exhibition. We played Montevallo. Things started to click a little bit, and we played in Charleston, so I got more experience, and that's when everything took off.
We'll do a couple more questions for Kyra, start on the left side of Kerry.
Hey, Kyra, what can you tell us based on the film or maybe what you've seen on TV about Ole Miss so far?
Very talented team. They have a good coach. They were just ranked in the top 25. I don't know if they still are, but they're going to come in. They're actually 20, so they're going to come in not scared to play in Coleman Coliseum, so we have to get ready for them.
Okay, let's do the last question up here with Chris.
How tough was it for you to make the decision to come in early, and what was the biggest influence for you?
It was tough because I really didn't know how to take things. I had decisions to make, but like I said, when I had a relationship with the coaches and players, I just trusted them, and so far it's been great.
All right, thank you, Kyra. We'll go ahead and take questions for Coach Avery at this time. We'll start back left with Cecil.
Coach, one of the things that you mentioned this season is seeing how your team overcomes adversity. Did you feel like Saturday's game was really probably the most adversity, given the crowd, the whole situation, the most adversity they faced this year, and how do you think they responded up until the last 30 seconds?
Yeah, I thought they were locked in. We just had poor execution on both ends of the floor, and we were just a little step slow in the first half. So I don't think they were shaken or anything by the crowd. Obviously, that was an unbelievable crowd, and especially for a 17-year-old point guard. But you know, we got back in the locker room, streamlined some things that we wanted to do defensively, changed some matchups. I moved some guys around, I put Kyra on the ball, and I moved her somewhere else, changed up a couple of coverages. We inserted Petty into the lineup at the start of the second half, ran the first play for him, which kind of got him going, and we made some shots, got some stops. But I thought from a confidence standpoint, I thought we were locked in. I thought we were ready for battle. Just unfortunately, you know, we didn't make enough plays, especially in that last 8 minutes. A lot of people want to talk about, you know, the Petty travel. You should have never come down to that. We had ways to control the game and take the game, and we just didn't do it.
Jump over to Alex.
Avery, you were just sitting next to Kyra and him talking about his first season. How have you seen him kind of take up the highs and lows and adjust to some of the difficulties that come with college play?
Well, first of all, he's got a great family, terrific parents. They're all in through the ups and the downs. And, you know, I just try to spend a lot of quiet moments with him behind the scenes, just watching film, talking to him, making sure he's in the right frame of mind. Give him an opportunity to ask some questions. Because sometimes when we're in our video sessions, you'll ask a guy, hey, you understand what we're doing? And they all say yes. And sometimes maybe they don't. But I think just managing him, we don't handle him with kid gloves. But at the same time, you have to understand each one of your players and, you know, what buttons to push and how to communicate with them. And we have a great relationship with all of our players. And I just think spending a lot of time with him behind the scenes, making sure that he's in the right frame of mind, I think that's helped.
You kind of talked, to follow up on that, you talked last year about doing that a little bit more with Colin after, you know, probably the first month or so of the season. You did one-on-one video sessions with him, helped him, like you said, behind the scenes. How much did that experience help you in what you're doing now, you know, with Kyra, who's obviously a lot younger?
Yeah, it's helped because, you know, my first year, you know, Redden was playing out of his mind, and he was a fifth-year guy who had a tremendous amount of SEC experience, whereas not, you know, the last 2 years with Colin last year and now Kyra this year, you know, young guys have all of those experiences. So we just do whatever we think is necessary to try to make sure we build their confidence and get them ready to play.
Let's go to Michael in the middle of the room.
after Petty kind of got hot and had all those shots in a row, seemed like they were going to limit his touches. Did they change something defensively to limit the way he was able to?
Yeah, they changed their coverage and put a different defender on him and try to deny him the ball. That's the best way to try to limit a guy from scoring is denying him the ball. And then once we posted him up or moved him around, they had a lot of support with maximum defenders trying to get the ball out of his hands.
Let's go back to Kerry on the left.
Coach, just looking at the stats, it appears that Lewis and Tyree are one of the best backcourts you faced this year. What have you noticed about those two guys on paper?
I hope they don't come to Tuscaloosa. It's the first thing. But they're really, really good with and without the ball. When they have the ball, they can shoot out of coverage, mid-range game, three. They're very explosive to get into the basket. They do a good job of playing passing lanes, disrupting your offense, and they mix up their defenses, and they move those guys around in their zone defenses. But they're very, very explosive, very athletic for their size.
Time for a couple more questions. We'll start back on the left here with Cecil.
Coach, there were times on Saturday when Herb, particularly one time when he made a crossover, got to the basket, left the guy behind him, hit the layup, but he also seemed to struggle to finish at the rim at other times. Either he didn't make the shot or he tried to make a pass, an interior pass, and turn the ball over. How are you he's in a bit of a slump, and how are you handling that?
Yes, and we had some great matchups, and I think Coach Barnes talked about it after the game. We ended up getting the matchups that we wanted, but we just didn't finish. And I think when you go into the basket, when you're 6'8", I think we got to go to dunk the ball a little bit more. Sometimes we like to slide and glide and shoot mid-range floaters, but when you're 6'8", and you're long and got a 7-foot wingspan, just going to dunk the ball a little bit more and embracing the opportunity. Even if you do get fouled, wanting to go to the free throw line and make your free throws. So I just think it's just a mindset, and I just think we got to make sure that all of our guys, they're in the right mindset when they go to the basket and finish or make the appropriate pass.
All right, our last question will be with Alex.
And obviously, you try to focus week to week, game to game, and that's kind of the priority. But how much do you, as a head coach, kind of look down the line and see the kind of the road games, the tough road games you're going to have next month, and know how important some of these home games right now are? You got 2 more left this month, and do you ever do that? Do you allow yourself to kind of these are kind of must-win games?
I try not to, and we just try to keep the team single-minded in their focus. Today we got to have a good practice. I know it's kind of coaches talk, but it's the truth. If you try to think about, well, we play, this team in February, or LSU is senior night, and then we play our, in-state rival. You can't go there because you got to stay focused on the task at hand, and it's a terrific Ole Miss team that has some guys on the team in Tyree and Davis that we're very familiar with. Henson is a good-looking three-point shooting freshman that they start at the 4 position. We've always had trouble guarding Bruce Stevens. He started a lot last year. Now he's coming off the bench. So I think that's where our focus has to be on this game, on this practice today, on shoot-around tomorrow, and trying to come back on tomorrow and hopefully give our fans a chance to go home happy, because the last time we played here, they didn't go home happy, and that bothers me.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay.